Let's bring on board Mr. Chava, of the CEO of Laurus Labs. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you so much, firstly, for joining in with us on ET Now. Firstly, I want to talk about your Q3 numbers. What has impacted the Q3 numbers? It's down YOY as well as on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Was it mainly due to the RM cost inflation or subdued demand? Could you tell us more about the segmental growth as well?
You have to look at our numbers for 9 months FY21 and 9 months FY22. If you look at the quality of the business, the gross margins for Q2 versus Q3, we improved in gross margins. So we don't want to say the quantum of profits and quantum of sales is because of pricing pressure or raw material pressure. Although there is a raw material pressure, but there is a very less pressure on the pricing. The businesses where we are operating, if you look at our custom synthesis, is a very high margin business. And then our formulation business, and then other APIs, the major chunk of revenue earlier used to come from antiretroviral APIs, which we have done lowest in the last 12 quarters. So our Q3 numbers were subdued because we had very less sales of ARVs. And generally, ARVs are the margins wise on the lowest bracket. So we have done less ARV sales, and that's the reason our gross margin was much higher than all the 2 quarters in the current financial year. So the lower sales quarter on quarter or year on year is just because of our lower sales of APIs, which was due to inventory buildup in the various channels with the global agencies, with the governments, with the regional distribution centers. So we believe the worst is over, and we have seen the pickup in the APIs. And our order book has also increased much better than the Q3. So we hope the worst is over and get back to normal growth level in the antiretroviral APIs. And so our Q4 onwards, we will get on to our regular growth trajectory. We can expect significant improvement in the ARV APIs. If you do more ARV API sale, our gross margins will come to 56, 57. We did more than that in Q3. But the EBITDA wise, we are very confident to go back to 30% level, which we are guiding the market. We are very confident to maintain EBITDA at 30% level for the whole year. And earlier we were thinking of having growth, 15% growth for sales as well as profits, which because of the flat, not even flat quarters, with the significant lower sales in Q2 and Q3, we expect some growth in our top line, but we don't expect significant growth in the profitability for the whole year. But Q4 looking very, very good for us.
Okay, and I do want to know a bit more about how much revenue generation are you expecting from the recent seal of the MPP license for the Molnupiravir, given that it has a lot of competition coming in as well, and where do you spot yourself going forward now?
The Molnupiravir, we are part of the licenses from medicine patent pool given by Merck. There are several people got approvals, and if you look at the ICMR didn't put Molnupiravir into the treatment guidelines in India, although DCJ gave permission to market and sell in India. There are sales, but sales are not as expected earlier. Yeah. We don't expect significant sales coming from the sale of Molnupiravir in this quarter.
And lastly, if you could tell us a bit more about your expansion plans ahead with respect to setting the newer plans and land acquisitions as well.
As we announced in the last quarter, we have signed a long-term multi-product contract with the big pharma, and we are building a facility for exclusively for them. So we started construction there, and we are expanding our API capacity by 25%. That will be completed the next few months. And formulations also, we are adding significant capacity. That also will be in a phased manner operational from next month onwards. And what we are also very confident, which we are saying, we have an aspirational target of $1 billion in sales FY23, for which we have all capacities available. If we get product approvals on time, we are very confident to reach our $1 billion in sales in FY23.
All right, Mr. Chava, thank you so much for joining us on ET Now, giving us a take about your earnings for the quarter gone by. That was the management of Laurus Labs telling us that the worst seems to be over for the company and they're expecting normalcy in growth from Q4 onwards. But